Hey, kiddos. Hey, it's me again, Mr. Ryder, and welcome to another day, Wednesday, Wednesday's edition of New Mexico Social Studies. Today we're going to be learning about some more New Mexico facts. Yesterday we talked about culture, and today we're going to be talking about specifically our state flag, the meaning behind it, what this symbol here in the middle is, and some other interesting facts. So let me start off. I'm going to read this little piece of paper, and it's called the New Mexico State Flag. So put your listening ears on, guys. The yellow field, that's all of this color, and the red symbol are the colors of Spain. So now we know red and yellow, that's why our flag is red and yellow, because those are the colors of Spain. First brought to New Mexico by Spanish explorers in 1540. So the year was 1540 when the first Spanish explorers came. On New Mexico's flag, we see a red sun with rays extending out from it. So now we know what this symbol is. It's interesting, but now we know that it's supposed to be a sun with rays coming out in four different ways. There are four groups of rays with four rays in each group. Here's a quick math question for you. For those of you who know multiplication now, there are four groups, and there's four inside of each group. That would be the multiplication problem, 4 times 4. Think about that one for a second. Here's some processing time. Think about it. 4 fours is, if you said 16, you are correct. Good job. Or you could say 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 makes 16. 16 rays. This is an ancient sun symbol of a Native American people called the Zia tribe. The Zias believe that the giver of all good gave them gifts in groups of, you guessed it, 4. These gifts are, so now we're going to find out what the Zia people thought each set of 4 meant. Gifts of 4. The first gift of 4 that the Zia believed were the 4 directions. We talked about this on day 1, about north, south, east, and west. The next group of 4 would be the 4 seasons: summer, winter, spring, and fall. Next, there were the 4 parts of the day: sunrise, noon, evening, and night. And the last group of 4 is life itself. The Zia said there are 4 stages of life: childhood, youth, middle years, and old age. And all of these are bound by a circle of love and life, without beginning or end. That's pretty awesome. So that's a little bit of our history behind the New Mexico state flag and the symbol in the middle of it, the Zia symbol. Now what I'd like to do is move on from this and just go over some very interesting New Mexico facts like we've been doing the last few days. Well, we found out what our state symbol in the middle of the flag is called, the Zia. We know that the state colors are red and yellow, like we see here on the flag. And we know now that's because of Spain. That's an interesting fact. We know that the state bird is the roadrunner, and the state flower is the yucca. And here's a little interesting thing that I tell my students so that they'll never forget in their entire life what the state flower is. Imagine if you ate the state flower. How would it taste? Yucca. There you go. So the state flower is the yucca, and it would probably taste really yucca if you ate it. The state animal is the black bear. State tree is the piñon, which is, I think, a Spanish way of saying the pine tree. And our state fish is the cutthroat trout. And it's kind of interesting because if you look at pictures of the cutthroat trout, you'll notice that there's a line right here on the fish, as if it had its throat cut. Sorry, guys. Now, today you have some homework, but it's going to be fun, artsy kind of homework. Your job is to make a poster, and I've kind of done an example of a poster right here behind me. You're going to make a poster. Now, when I say poster, it can really just be a piece of paper, like a normal loose leaf piece of paper or any kind of paper that you actually have. And your job is to outline the state of New Mexico. And like I did here, as you can see, it looks kind of like a rectangle, but it's not quite because it has an extra little spot here on the end. And you outline the state of New Mexico. In the middle of it, you need to have the Zia symbol, a circle. Remember, the circle of life and love with 4 rays coming out in the 4 directions. And then I want you to label this. You're going to put New Mexico somewhere inside of your state. And then around the state, you're going to have 5 things that are unique to New Mexico. They can certainly be things that we've talked about over the last few days or things that you might know. Remember yesterday when you had homework about finding out unique things from your parents or family? Maybe you found some things out and you can add those to your little poster or paper. So what I chose to do is this. I made the Roadrunner, our state bird. I put a special LSU balloon because we have the Balloon Fiesta, which is the largest festival of its kind in the entire world. This is a piñon tree. I put our state abbreviation, NM, and I have the black bear. I did the best I could. It kind of looks like an anteater, but hey, it's all right. We're doing the best we can here, guys. And after you do that, I'd love for you to put that on your fridge. Get a piece of tape, get a magnet, whatever you need to put that on your fridge and tell your parents all about what you're learning in social studies this week, which is New Mexico, New Mexico, New Mexico. So that's it. Now you have your homework. You know what to do. Make a poster or a small page similar to this, but it can be unique from mine. It doesn't have to be these. It can be whatever 5 things you'd like to put on your New Mexico poster. Hey, great being with you again. And signing off, this is Mr. Ryder. As always, go Tigers.